Hi there, I'm Lisa from Mythical Witchery. Welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. The way I read tarot has changed again. Back when I first picked up a tarot deck 40 odd years ago, there were definite do's and don'ts, rules to be followed, meanings to be studied and learned and not deviated from. I struggled with that. Probably because I'm not much one for rules. Or for being told what to do and how to do it. Or for being told what not to do. It was overwhelming and frustrating. And although I felt inexorably drawn to tarot, I knew that being a tarot reader was not for me. How could I possibly follow all these rules, learn all these meanings, do all these things when I could barely even function as a normal human being? And what the heck was normal anyway? All I knew for sure was that it wasn't me. So when I started reading tarot seriously several years ago, I had a lot of baggage to unpack. And yet still, I managed to fall uncomfortably back into the expectations that had been thrust on me as a fledgling student of the tarot 4 decades ago. But I love the tarot, and I wanted desperately to become good at reading. For a while, I thought that meant I wanted to be a tarot reader, someone who reads for other people and maybe even makes a bit of money at it. I could have, but I didn't want to. It felt inauthentic. It felt like I was stepping into the Seven of Swords, trying to deceive other people into believing that I could read the cards and read them well enough that I was worth paying to read them, trying to deceive myself. It got to the point that when people asked for readings, because as it turned out, I was often surprisingly capable of giving a good reading, I didn't want to do it. In order to make myself meet the commitment that I had made to my querent, I gave myself 3 days to actually sit down and do the reading. And I put it off until the last possible moment every single time. It didn't take long before I realized I'm just not cut out to be a tarot reader. I don't want to be, but I do want to read. So I offered free readings on various groups, on Facebook, and on my own social media accounts. I did hundreds of free readings. And although it felt good to be helping people, at the end of the day, it wasn't as fulfilling as I'd hoped, mostly because I wasn't meeting the expectations I had of what being a good tarot reader was. And of course, I was asked by certain people if I was making any money at it yet, which was both a bit condescending and also piled even more pressure onto me. No, I wasn't making any money at it, because making money was never the point. Unlike that with my art and with my writing. Yes, I wrote a whole book, and yes, it's out there, but I didn't go the traditional publishing route because it felt inauthentic. And maybe I suffer with imposter syndrome. What I do know is it felt like pressure, and I don't particularly like feeling pressured. And if I'm totally honest here, I didn't want to deal with potential rejection. I've had enough of that to deal with in my life. I wrote the book because I wanted to, because I needed to. I paint because I want to. I need to. I don't do it to make money. And the second I feel pressured into monetizing something I love doing, that tends to be the second I walk away. And that's why it took me 10 years to decide to publish my book after I wrote those words, the end. It's why I put down my paintbrushes for over a year and didn't give them more than a passing thought. Not because I didn't want to paint, but because I did. I just wanted to do it without the pressure to monetize, to make it worth my time. And I struggle expressing myself and saying no to people. And so it is with reading tarot. I read the cards because I love reading them. The minute it feels like work for me, I'm done. One of the things I've enjoyed more than anything is pulling some cards and doing a random reading for some unknown person who may or may not ever come across my reading on their social media. If they do, and it resonates, and they get something from it, wonderful. If they don't, that's okay too. It's just how it is. Because those readings are for the love of reading the cards and for the potential of helping someone, even if I don't know that I did. But lately, things have become more personal for me. My focus has changed. I'm feeling called to do grief readings, not for money, but just to help people. As some of you may know, I'm intimately acquainted with grief. Many of us are. I've experienced a lot of loss personally in the last several years. I lost my father, and then my nephew. He was so young. I lost my husband, and that nearly ended me. I lost 2 beloved cats, including wee Jellybean, who was my rock when my husband died, and my reason to keep on breathing. He really was my best friend, and losing him sent me into a tailspin. Recently, I lost my oldest friend, and because her family is ultra-religious and disapproves of me on general principle, they totally cut me out of the picture the moment that she died. And then my brother-in-law died. On top of all that, I'm experiencing anticipatory grief now as well, as my mother is getting older and losing her will come much sooner than I'm ready for. Grief has been my constant companion for years. And I'm finally at a place where I think I can use my personal experiences to help other people. And so I volunteer for a national charity for people who've lost their beloved pets, offering them an understanding and sympathetic shoulder in dealing with a loss that can be incredibly profound, but equally misunderstood and minimized by society in general. But loss is loss, and grief is grief. I've decided to offer recorded grief readings here on my channel. One thing I've learned in these last few years is that a reading for one person, even a reading for myself, can resonate with many. So my hope is that these readings may be a comfort for those who've lost someone that they love, be they animal or human. I'm not planning to charge for these readings because that just doesn't feel right for me. There's nothing wrong with people who do charge for readings, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't feel like that is what I am personally called to do. So here it is, my evolution as a reader. This is where I am today. It'll be interesting to see where I am in another few years, because one thing is certain, we never stay exactly the same. We are always evolving. So if you would like a grief reading, then just follow the link in the description below the video or go to mythicalwitchery.com and fill out a request. I want to thank you for joining me today and for listening to me ramble on about my personal evolution as a tarot reader. Until next time, may love and laughter light your days, even the dark ones. Bye for now.